Yo, what's going on, fellow junkies, and welcome back. Horror Junkies 509, Kyle the 13th, sitting here with you again, you guys, and finally back from my vacation, and it was a damn good one. I got myself a little sunburnt, but I don't know if you guys can tell from my complexion in these videos. I'm super white. I got the Irish skin from my family, as in my genes, I guess, you guys. So about 15 minutes in the sun, and I can be burnt to shit. But I didn't do too bad. I hid in the shade, drank my beer, and was happy about life. So that's a little update from that, you guys. Hopefully you guys checked out my pillowcase, my horror pillowcase video, you guys. It's doing pretty well. A lot of horror pillowcases I got from that app called Wish. Really cool if you guys want to check it out. They got a bunch of horror stuff on there. So I think it's just made for us, you guys. So first things first, you guys. I do want to remind you that I do still have my horror poll for the Junkie Movie Reviews, brought to you by the letter P, still going on. Your options were The Prowler and Psycho. So if you guys want to leave your option, if you guys missed the video, you guys can still leave your options in the comments here, and I will add them to my checkboard, because that'll probably be getting done probably Monday, Tuesday. I'll do that review. So what am I doing today, you guys? Today is going to be another tag video. I've been seeing this tag video going around for a little while, but usually once I see a good friend do it, I usually go ahead and do it myself. I watched over at Amy's Autopsy Report just do it recently, and looked like it was a blast. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it myself. I wasn't tagged or nothing, but you know what? If it sounds cool, I say do it. Same thing goes for you guys. I'm not going to tag anybody, but if you guys want to do it, highly do it. Tag videos are a lot of fun, and I really enjoy them. So this tag video has 10 questions, you guys. I got them all written down, and I don't have any answers written down, so this is just going to be kind of flying off the cuff. So if I, you know, say something different from a past video, I'm sorry. This is going to be just off the top of my head. So this is called the horror movie tag. So yes, the horror movie tag. I think I was going to make sure I said that right. All right, so the first question is, what's the first horror movie you remember watching? And this is kind of a story I've kind of wanted to tell in this, on my channel. I don't know if I ever have yet, but the first thing I always remember is, you know, my parents went to bed early as a kid, you know. I'd wait till I heard their TV go off, and then I would turn mine back on. And it was one of those nights, it was like, it was a weekend or something, or summertime, and I was just flipping through the channels, and I stopped. And my sights, what I saw was, I don't know if the stars aligned, and I just happened to come across this exact part or something, and it was just meant to be. It was Friday the 13th Part 3, when Jason first walks out on the dock with the harpoon gun in the hockey mask for the very first time. I didn't know that was the very first time, but, you know, now that I know, it's like, wow, that's really specific part for me just to come across. So that was the very first taste of, like, legit horror that I ever saw. And luckily for me, it was pretty much a Friday the 13th marathon after that, so I saw the end of Part 3, led on to Part 4, Part 5. I believe I got to Part 6 before I passed out. But being a young kid, I had to have been like 10 or 12 when this happened, maybe even younger. I'm not really sure, but that was my first taste of horror, and I couldn't get enough as far as I can remember. So I'm going to say, you know, Friday the 13th Part 3, Friday the 13th Part 4 is the first horror movie I remember watching. And I've still watched them to this day. Alright, so question number 2. What is your favorite horror movie? Jeebus, that's not even a real question, I don't think. I don't know if I've ever said what my favorite horror movie is, so I don't know if I can butcher this question, but that's really hard. I don't even know, guys. I really don't. I guess I can just go with one I've watched the most, like, without a shadow of a doubt. Definitely gonna be a movie I just resort back to just anytime I'm feeling like a quick horror movie, and that's the original Halloween. You know, just one of those movies that it just started everything. You know, it still scares people to this day. I don't ever remember being afraid of it, but doesn't mean I wasn't. I'm not trying to be Mr. Macho or anything like that, but That's one I always just, I love it. I can just watch it over and over and over again. There's lots of other movies that are like that I'm probably forgetting about at this point, but that's a loaded question. I could probably tell you a favorite horror movie for every subgenre of horror. I mean, I'll be honest with you on that one. All right, you guys. So that was question 2. Question number 3. What is your favorite horror genre? So say favorite horror subgenre, I'm guessing. And that's really easy for me. I am a slasher junkie from down to my toes all the way to the tip of my head, you guys. I am a slasher hound. I love everything about slashers. Obviously there's shit ones, but that's the story of any subgenre. But I was almost gonna, but before I decided on Horror Junkies 519, I was gonna be the slasher junkie. So if that tells you anything, I was gonna be specifically slashers, and that was it. But at the time, I was really starting to get into creature features and watching more of those, and vampire movies. So I decided on Horror Junkies 519. So a little history for you there. But yeah, slashers are definitely my favorite, and to this day, they still they get me. I love them. Probably the most simplest of subgenres, but I mean, that's what I like about them. It doesn't need to be something special. All right, you guys, so that was question 3. Moving on to number 4. What genre scares you the most? And I can't say I'm scared a lot anymore, but the ones that, come the closest to one, like I look around in dark corners and stuff when I'm watching them, is probably going to be like paranormal movies. And I'm not talking about Paranormal Activity. Jesus, don't disrespect me. So paranormal or like possessions, because that shit just is too real. I feel like that shit is legit, and this is some of the ones that are based on true events. It's hard not to believe it. So those are the ones that come the closest to scaring me. So I'm just gonna go with paranormal / possession movies. I mean, yeah, that's an easy one for me. All right, let's see here. That was question number 4. Now on to question number 5. Who is your ultimate scream queen? This one's actually pretty easy for me because I've liked her ever since I was a little kid. She's older than me, so it's not weird, okay? I always liked Danielle Harris. Even when I was a little kid watching Halloween, I loved watching her, and then now she's all grown up, and the remake of Halloween and the Hatchet movies, I've always been a really big fan of Danielle Harris, and I just love watching the movies she's in. Good, bad, or the other. I think she's really well done. She's been doing it since she's a little kid. She's got it. She's got it good. Alright, you guys, so question number 6 is, what is your favorite horror franchise? And I don't know if I haven't mentioned this 1,000 times, but definitely going to be Friday the 13th. It's my lifeblood. I mean, I get everything Jason that I can. I love every hockey mask that I have. I love Jason. I love his mom. Hell, if we ever meet his dad, I'll probably love his dad. That sounds weird, but whatever. Well, you come to Horror Junkies 519 for a little bit of weird, I think. I think you guys have grown accustomed to that. Question number 7. Who is your favorite horror director? And that's just as hard as picking my favorite horror movie. But definitely I'm going to probably go with John Carpenter on this one. Just because I love his horror movies. I mean, Halloween, I'm not sitting here saying that's the only one. I mean, he's got The Thing. I mean, even outside of horror, like Big Trouble in Little China, I love that movie to the moon and stars. The Fog, I love The Fog. I'm going to blank on every other one right now, but I mean, I already said basically like the biggest ones that I really love by John Carpenter, and I'm still discovering new ones. What's that one called? Someone's Watching Me. I just discovered that one. I haven't watched it yet because for some reason my DVD just crapped out, so whatever. I'm going to eventually be watching that one, but I'm just going to go with John Carpenter. I would love to say Wes Craven. I would love to say George A. Romero, but I had to pick one. And I love all those guys. I love all those directors. They're amazing. So I don't want to take anything from those guys at all. All right, who is your favorite horror antagonist? Hands down, gonna be my boy Jason Voorhees. I love his style. I love his gear. I mean, I love everything about him. I mean, being the first thing that my first taste of horror ever was the hockey mask with Jason. So that'll forever be synonymous to me, and I'll never forget it. I'll be probably telling my grandkids about that. Shit, I should probably have kids first. Man, I'm getting way too far ahead of myself. Moving on. All right, who is your favorite horror protagonist? I I don't know. I don't usually root for the protagonist. I'm usually rooting for the bad guy, I guess. But I'm gonna go with probably. I'm looking around here. Everything's evil in here. Nothing's a protagonist. What the hell? Can I say Sylvester Stallone? No. As far as horror protagonist, I'm gonna go with Ash, just because he's just so much fun and he's so like sewn into the horror, everything about it. I mean, he can be crazy, he can be good, he can be funny, he can be silly, and yeah, I mean, he's the one out there fighting evil that I just freaking love. And I'm gonna go ahead and do an honorable mention. I don't know why, but I've liked her ever since I was a little kid. I watched these movies probably a little too young too, but Sidney Prescott from Scream. I mean, I love that she makes fun of all the dumb girls that are in horror movies, and then she becomes that dumb girl. But I mean, I always feel like she's a pretty strong female character, and I really liked her through all of them, even though she goes through like weird phases throughout the entire series. But that first one, I don't know why, but her in that denim jacket, she's a badass. Just saying. So honorable mention Sidney Prescott, but my main protagonist is gonna be Ash. All right. So that was question number 9. So on to number 10, which is the last one. What is the last movie that actually scared you? And this is probably the last movie that scared me, period. And it was, I was either middle school or high school. I'm probably gonna go middle school just because it sounds more correct. But one of my friends came over and showed me for the first time The Exorcist. And my friend goes and falls asleep, and I'm sitting here just sitting in utter terror, just like, but I can't look away. It's not like I don't cover my eyes. I don't do any of that. I'm just like soaking it all in. But yeah, I didn't sleep that night. I waited till his ass woke up, and I was like, "You're watching while I'm going to bed because you got to make sure Reagan's not coming after me." So that's definitely going to be the all-time scare I ever had, was the original Exorcist in middle school. Just that face that pops up every now and then. It's like, oh my god. I even rewound it because I just felt the fear coursing through my veins. But that's going to be all the questions, you guys. Let me know what you guys think of my answers. Let me know what your guys' answers would be. And definitely do a video if you guys got time. Definitely a very cool tag video. Definitely go check out everyone else who's done it. I know Mood616 has done it. I know Amy at Amy's Autopsy Report has done it. Check them out. Some really cool stuff that you get to learn about different people that you might be watching. So that's going to do it for me. Horror Junkies 509, Kyle the 13th, signing out. Just until next time, you guys. And I hope you guys are having a killer day. And one thing you guys already know, whether I'm here on vacation or at work, I've been sentenced to life. I'm a horror lifer. You guys have a killer day. Yo, what's going on, fellow junkies, fellow horror fans, subscribers, the new and the old. I hope you guys really enjoyed what you saw here. If you guys want to leave me a like and a comment, let me know that you enjoyed it. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification button so you guys can come back and see me again. Horror Junkies 509, Kyle the 13th. That's right, I'm a horror lifer.